Hello everyone, it's Jiro Bro back with another video, and today we're gonna be going through the status page. The status page basically is like let's say a way that you can actually create incidents and where your users can actually subscribe to your own status page. So basically, if you have like the status page of your Jira instance or your company's instance, you just want to make sure that your users get all of the needed alerts when it comes to some of the incidents that are actually happening at the moment, when they have been raised, what is the status of that incident, and when that incident is being resolved. Now, I'm gonna name this one, I'm gonna name it Jira Bro. This is where you can actually build up your own page. So where you can actually add some of the components, like those are functioning pieces of your application, right? So for example, you have API, mobile application, and website. That is one of the examples. So for me, if I would go here and I would add a component, now when I think about the Jira Bro, right? So first of all, what I want to have in here is going to be the Jira software itself, right? I can have that, or like they said, if I have my own website, or if I have my own application. So let's see, I can say Jira Bro CRM, right? So create a new component group. I can do this. So I can say, yeah, this is gonna be my CRM. And what else I can actually add in here? For example, I can add Jira Bro e-commerce. And I can create this as well. And what I can actually do is, well, of course, every application has an API, and I'm gonna add the API right here. And I believe that this is going to be enough. So I have Jira Bro CRM, Jira Bro e-commerce, Jira Bro API. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm gonna go next, and now it says to add my own logo. I'm just gonna. All right, so notify your users. So what I can actually do is I can send the test email right here. So let me just check something really quick. If I actually got this, give me just a sec. Okay. Alright, so let me just check it. I know where this is. Yep, okay, got it. Now I'm gonna go click on next. Now I can invite a team member if I want. Actually, I'm not gonna do that. So inform customers about outages and performance issues using incidents. Yes, this is something that status page is going to be all about. And it's about the creating of the incidents. Now, as you can see when you go here, now first of all, what it can do is activate your page for full access, right? So I'm gonna go with a free plan right now. Alright, so I have selected a free plan. Cool. Now the first thing is this thing right here, when I go to view my status page, this is what your users will actually see when basically they are when they are checking for the statuses. Now you need to understand one thing. So you have the admins. So this is the admin site right here. And this is actually the user customer side, call it however you want. And this is how they actually see it, right? So this is an example incident. And there are going to be some history of this incidents. They're basically going on, and it says like API example management and JiraBro CRM, JiraBro e-commerce and API. Okay. Now the very interesting thing is I can go and say, well, this is an example, right? So as an admin, what I can actually do is I can delete components. So this is an important thing. So I can delete components, and when I delete this component, and when I delete this one, when I delete these examples right here, they're not gonna be showing in here. So I'm gonna say, okay, this is gonna look a bit different now. So I then have these two components, and these two components are gonna be gone. Okay, as you can see, they're gone. Okay, great. So when you want to add, let's say, is it going to be like, for example, your web app, or is it going to be your Android application or your iOS application? So those things right there, so you can actually create the incidents for them, but keep in mind that these are going to be the components. Now, the another thing is that you actually have are your subscribers. So subscribers are basically the ones who are, well, getting the notifications about all of the incidents that are happening for your specific Jira site. But they need to subscribe. The question is now how they subscribe is when they click on this, and I can subscribe you via the email address, and I enter my own email address there, and I subscribe, and this actually gets refreshed in here. For a free version of a status page, you get the 100 subscribers for free. Okay, so you can have the status page for 100 the subscribers for free. They get the notifications, and basically that is it. Now, for the SMS notifications, well, you basically need to upgrade this to either startup, business, or enterprise plans. You also have the Slack subscribers who have confirmed their Slack subscription. You also have for the Microsoft Teams, and you also have the webhook, but unfortunately for this, you will need to have the startup, business, or enterprise plan. Right from the get-go, the most things that you're gonna be using and most things that your users are gonna be using is this one for the emails. Unless you wanna send a bunch of SMS messages to your subscribers' phones about the changes that were actually happening on the server or something like that. I really don't think that is going to be the case, because I don't know. I mean, there are working hours, and after the working hours, unless, I don't know, something is terrible happening, like the server is burning or something like that, SMS subscriptions are not needed. I also have the option for your page, okay, where you can customize the page and the emails, right? So this is basically how it looks like. You can actually change it. You can do the customization in here. You can also go ahead, if you want to be more technical, of course, you can add the custom header HTML. You can also add the custom footer HTML and the custom CSS. So those are the things that you can actually add. Of course, if you have knowledge in that, you can go ahead, you can enter the code right here, and this should be changing. And as you can see, upgrade your plan to publish HTML changes to your status page. So even if I wanted to do it, I cannot actually do it. Now, for the custom domain, I need to upgrade this. This is your status page URL that you can that your users can actually use. I can also customize the email. Basically, this needs to be upgraded as well. And in here, you also have the option to, well, change the status of the status page and the email notifications. Feel free to basically explore this by yourself, of course. Now, page info, some of the basic information that is in there. System metrics. You can also metrics to provide insight into your service performance. That is actually something that you can basically add. So I can submit my own data, page type current, delete the page, activity log. So this is actually what is basically in there. There are some of the statistics, but mostly that is it. So you also have the applications. So you have the more applications that you can actually integrate with your status page. We can send status updates right from a status page panel into the Jira issue view. Now, I don't know how your business is going to work, but yes, you can actually do this. You can, what is also useful is integration with Slack, right? Where you basically, when there are some of the changes, users gonna get notified on the Slack as well. But think of this. If you already have the email notifications that are coming to the people's mailboxes, and I'm pretty sure that people do check their business mailbox. I'm not saying like nonstop. I'm not saying like someone is in front of the screen and they're refreshing their mailbox. I'm not saying that. But since your users are getting the notifications with the email option, there is no extra need to integrate that with the other application. Now, of course, if your business is requiring you to do so, or you need to present a solution for a problem where the solution would be this, then it's totally fine. Okay, so for the incident, so now I'm gonna create an incident right here. So I'm gonna say API down, API maintenance. I didn't spell that right. Maintain. Oh well. Okay. For 3 hours. Okay. So now we have is you have the status of the incident, like investigating, identifying, monitoring, and result. Atlassian is actually using this indeed, and they're using the status page, and they're sending the all when every incident is actually happening. Everyone who is using the Atlassian products, they're going to see some of the some of these emails in their inboxes. So these are the statuses right here. So what is happening here? API maintenance for 3 hours, and this is going to be implementing security measurements to prevent API attacks, for example, right? And I'm going to say, yeah, this is going to be for the API. And I'm going to say, well, now you have the options like degraded performance, partial outage, major outage, under maintenance. So I can say, yeah, this is going to be under maintenance, but since the API is going to be under maintenance, maybe some of the parts of the API are not going to work properly. So I'm going to say this is going to be a partial outage. So this is not something that is going to mess up everything. It's just the code refinement. Right. So you want to keep this checked. You want to send the notifications. You don't want your users to be confused on and say like, why some of the parts of the API are not working, right? And you did everything, and then you suddenly realize that this was not checked. Okay, so what you can actually do is to remind admins to update the incident after 3, 6, 12, and 24 hours. Now, you can actually keep this or to actually customize this. And to say, yeah, you know, I want to notify admins like in next hour. I want them to see like, I want to wonder what is going on, right? So it's going to be every 1 hour with the 24 hours. Yeah, that's all good. So now what is actually happening is, well, basically this is already in the identified. So basically there is no investigation in here. We're just saying to the people, look, there's going to be maybe some partial outage. So when we actually see this, now, of course, there are some of the templates right here that you can create. And also, you can create your own template, right? Where basically in your own template, you can customize this however you want. So now, if I go and create a incident right here, now what is going to happen? So it says implementing security measurements to prevent the API attacks. Now, if I go to the to view actually this status page, now we're going to see what is happening here. So as you can see, this is what it happens. So implementing security measurements to prevent the API attacks, and it says in here API maintenance for 3 hours. So that is what is actually happening. And we have this, and this incident is going to be here. So if we actually see this, now it's saying that something went wrong. Okay. So now when we refresh this, we see that says API maintenance is for 3 hours. Now, when everything is like done, right? So what we actually need to do in here. So first of all, is we say something like, okay, it's going to be operational. We need to update this. So we need to update this, and we're going to say result. Okay, so I had to do it before because now it's going to send the double of the notifications. So make sure that this message here is actually filled. All right, so now it says like everything is updated, everything is actually good. So components affected, and now it says the API. And if I go here and if I update it, write this. So impact, major, critical. I need to select one of the affected ones. Right, so we're continuing to work. So we basically need to do this. You cannot duplicate the, alright, in the 10 seconds. Okay. Alright, so it still says that there are actually open incidents in here. Okay. Alright, so now what I'm going to say in here, yeah, basically this is going to be operational. I don't want to send any of the notifications at all. So, okay, this is going to be operational now. We're continuing to fix on the issue, no components. So now if I go here, yeah, this is why basically, because the components are actually are there. Okay, components affected. Need to select at least one components to update everything. Send notifications. I don't want to send any of the notifications in here. Alright, so now, yeah, I can say the incident has been resolved. That is another thing that is needed, and there we go. So it's important to actually have your incident that is resolved. So that is actually important in order for your incidents to actually be gone. So I can see like here what was actually going on, and this was like continuing. And never delete your incidents, never. Okay. And then you can embed your statuses and everything. So